Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Satisfactory, where in the previous episode we built this monstrosity. Our factory building is coming along. We now have the first set of constructors made, and they're ready to start producing iron plates and iron rods. However, the moment I finished building all of this, the power failed, and at the time I thought it was because I'd built all these machines and connected them to the power, but I'm realizing that at the beginning of the episode I said we've got about an episode's worth of biofuel left, so I wonder if actually it was just a bit of a coincidence and the biofuel ran out just after I hooked all this stuff up, so I'm going to have to go there and check it out. But between episodes, I fixed these stairs here. I noticed you can actually put them closer together instead of having it go up, 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 up. You can have them go up each turn, and so you can get higher a little bit quicker. And also I lined it up with where I step off, because that makes sense. Also, so I don't fall off and die, let's put some walls along here. Just one layer will do, just to make sure that when I get to the top of these stairs, I don't just go flying off the edge and have to come all the way back round again. But there we go, we've got some nicer stairs. Also, they look normal now. They're no longer glitching weirdly. And the same is the case, actually, for the space elevator. Oh, yeah, I can walk straight through that. Same is the case for the space elevator. Before, that thing was more, like, up there, and now it's actually lowered to where those lights go to. So I don't know if this is, like, an update thing that's happened since last recording session, or whether it's because I actually closed and opened the game, because I've just started a new recording session. Once again, in the very early hours of the morning, during the closed alpha weekend, to try and get a full batch of videos to run in the empty period between the end of the closed alpha and the arrival of early access. And it looks like I'm going to manage it. So, unfortunately, if you've got some advice and some important things you need to tell me that you have been telling me in the comments, I don't know, because this has all been recorded way before you've seen it, I'm afraid. I like to not do that often. Often I'll actually just record individual episodes instead of batch recording, because I like to check on feedback, but alas, I simply can't in this case. I've been given a limited time to work in, so I'm having to do it all at once. So I'm sorry if you're pointing out some glaring obvious things. For example, the hotbar binding of structures, because I mean, already the episode I put out at the time of recording, people are already saying it, and so you got many more episodes. Well, I guess I've got many more episodes of people telling me it's a thing. I know I discover it's a thing, but you won't find it for a long time. Right, let us check on these. We got 91, 91, 60, 11. 7. Oh, they were all running. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yep, this system did exactly what it was meant to do. I'm guessing it's completely run out of supply. Oh, it hasn't. Oh, yes, storages don't require power, so the belt is emptied. But yeah, there is actually still production of biofuel going on. I mean, how much more is there? Like, seriously, there's a full stack of wood in there. There's some leaves in there. I don't know if the leaves can be put in quick enough. Let me look at it. Yeah, there's still wooden leaves in here. Wow. This is brilliant. This makes power so much easier. I maybe don't need to worry about coal quite so soon anymore. Why am I taking some of it? Take all of it, fill everything, and then see where that puts us. Alright. 200 for you. 200 for you. 200 for you. Oh, I pressed some buttons there I wasn't meant to. That's dismantled. Don't want to do that. 200 for you. And 200 for you. And then our stacks have just made a complete mess. Now I reckon... I just want to try this, but... yeah, it fails immediately. This is the thing I've realized about power failures, is they can actually be quite dangerous. Because if you've been running with a factory that potentially could use more power than you're generating, and then everything fails, what's going to happen is all the belts are going to build up with stuff, meaning that when you try switch all the machines back on, every single machine you've built, quite possibly, will try and activate, when previously that may not have been the case. So we just dipped a little bit over the power before, but now everything's built up everywhere, and now to get the power back on, we need to make sure that every machine can run for just a brief moment before it all calms down again. That's something I've noticed. So you can't really let power demands get away from you very much, because when a power failure does happen, it'll be catastrophic if you're not making enough buildings to meet it anyway. Right, so more biomass burners, and I think we're just gonna cram them in this space. Let's build 2. Let's not just set ourselves up for another power failure in like 5 minutes time. Realize that's what's gonna happen if I just build 1 burner and then carry on working on the factory. Do we have enough to fully fuel this? Oh no. We run out. Even with the ridiculous production we have, it's still not quite enough. It's building up the supply though. We've been running on these being all like half empty for a while. Now we're in a better place. Right, these need to be connected to something. That is the challenge. I've doubled things up now. We need more power poles. Let's nestle one in, like... You know what, we could like line them up in the dead middle. Or not, because no guidelines appear. Oh well. I'll put them where I think they should be. I'm thinking we redo the system, might as well while everything's shut down. Delete this one here. And then what we do is... I guess something was running again. Power line here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. Connect that to that. And then get rid of this one. Oh, that was connected to anything over there, was it? I don't think so. Oh, more things are shutting down. I mean, I'm not even wanting them to be active right now. There we go. There's a slot for another one that we could put here, and maybe... Oh no, there's no more. There's one spare slot there we could use over here, perhaps. Yeah, now we're doing the system of 1 power pole, 2 machines, and just keep the chain going. That works pretty well. Right, nothing's running right now. Let's get it going. That should work. Yep, we're good. The power is okay. And you see, there's an initial spike, and then it slows down. Interesting. Oh, it is increasing again. Yeah, it's going to fluctuate around, and it's occasionally going to... Oh, that went higher. Okay. Yeah, I guess some machines are going to be deprived of stuff till other machines kick in and supply them, so it's sort of interesting. Right, and yeah, there's more coming in. Look at the rate it's making them. Oh, or not. Okay, yeah, the craft takes a second, then it delivers them in twos, I suppose. But yeah, like... This is a good rate of biofuel. And the fact it ran for an entire episode is brilliant. Right, let's supply you. It's not fantastic, though. I'm going to make sure that we can not have a power failure too soon. We can split that better if we put, like... 50 in there, brings us to 130. And that brings us to 130, nearly 140. So that's how long we've got, till those 2 run out, basically. I heard Ray. Where is he? There you are. Hi, Ray. Good morning. So, let's get over here and keep extending this. That is our task right now. Oh, there is one other thing, though. I need to go check something. Because there's something else I've learned that I'm sure you've been shouting... oh, hello. That reminds me of another thing I've learned. Let me check my inventory. Oh, I do. Okay. Gonna grab some berries. No, I'm not gonna grab some berries. I'm going to drop the berries. He's coming over. Come eat the berries. There's a lot of them. Too many, really. I don't really want you to take all those. Do you want the berries? Do you want the berries? I pet the doggo! Pressing to see if Lizard Doggo's found anything. The doggo can find things. Also, is it my pet now? Is this my doggo? I think it's my doggo now. I think I have a doggo. Yes! This is the best thing. Oh, and he ate some of the berries. Any more berries? I don't think so. Is it just gonna follow me now? It's just gonna follow me! Oh, I love it! And it can find things for me, and this is amazing. So yeah, this is something else that someone told me in a comment after episode 2, because that has come out by this point, is that all you have to do is drop some berries, and then empty your hands so you can actually pet the doggo. All this time I thought that petting it just made it run away, but no! Now I have a friend! I have a friend! Okay, right, so another thing I was told is how this whole thing works with the purity of deposits, is that actually determines the rate at which the miners produce ore. So we need to actually check all of them and make sure they're all the same rate, or we might even be able to get a 5th belt of ore out of these miners. So this is producing 30. They might all be 30. I think that's what impure does. Yeah, so they might all be that, in which case that's fine, because it means the system we have is correct. This is impure, so that's presumably 30, and the same for this one. Okay, these are all 30, but you can get better ones. I love the noise it's making. You can get better deposits. There is normal and rich, I believe. So they can produce 45 per minute and 60 per minute. So that is something to bear in mind, and it means that the ratios are actually going to be different between different deposits, and you gotta rather than mine when supplying. Also, there's some low frame rate ore over there. That's always fun. So these are producing now. Let's get to using them. So it's all iron rods on the ground floor. These two are iron plates. That one there is iron rods. So we've got to get that one down here, merge with the rest of these, and we've got to get those two merging, because we want to just get them all going into some chests. And the rate of production means that one belt can support them, I do believe. Yep, this is 15 per minute, and I think it might be the same for the plates. Let me go check. Yeah, 15 per minute, so half a belt can support the iron plates that are being produced, and one belt just about can support all the production of these 4 machines. So we want to get them split off and going to their respective locations. And then on to the next thing, which is first of all making screws, and then making rotors and reinforced iron plates. So we got to get this down here. But what I'm thinking is we get this part way down and we get these part way up, and that's going to mean that we have a shorter distance before they can meet, and that's going to save on a bit of space. So we'll try doing something like that. I'm thinking we just get some foundation blocks and we just raise the height to roughly the average point of all these things. And yeah, I think we just want it all going into a chest for iron rods. Or it might be better if we just have one iron rod chest from that one, and these all go into screws. So maybe that's not the ratio we want. We probably want 2 going into screws and 2 going into rods, because we need some rods to make rotors as well. Gotta think about that. It's probably easiest right now just to get them going into a chest each, and then we can think about fiddlier stuff a little bit later on. So, foundations, the larger foundation, and we're just going to stack it up a bit here. Maybe across the whole length of it, or maybe just in like 2 spots for the 2 things. Alright, let's see if we can get this to work right. Ray making his flyby. And, oh, hello. And if it's there, then that's the median point. Oh, I noticed though, that seems way too high for these, but not too low for these, interestingly. Am I getting the distances wrong somehow? Oh yeah, that would only be this dropping by 1, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's the level dropping by 1, whereas this raising by 1, raising by another. Probably want it dropping more than we want it raising. Right, can I get one to build here? Oh, it's a little bit weird with these. There, that's what I'm thinking. We can have some ramps around, maybe, so we can actually get up to them. I mean, we're going to need to, so if we get larger ramp, that will get up in 1 block. Still, actually getting to these while not blocking off a bunch of other stuff. Like, I literally can't put them here because of machines. I could put it here, but then it's only going to connect to the one. And awkwardly at that. Over here does work, but also it kind of blocks the path that I want to be walking through here. Oh, we could use the stairs. Stairs might be better in this case. Let's see. Stairs. Left. I'll have to go up by 2 levels. But we could do that. And, oh, no. That. That works. So yeah, we can walk under. Absolutely fine. And then to get up onto there... Oh, these have glitched again. Well, I don't know why that's the case, because those ones over there were fine. Yeah, we can walk up onto here, and that's all good. And we could do a walkway as well. Between these. There we go, that's neat. That's cool. I wonder, could I have actually put them like on one side? I don't think it matters, but... could be cool. Okay, so... I need to come down here. Gonna be a bit of a challenge. Same goes for this. So we'll prioritize these. If we just connect a conveyor, where can it get to? How far along does it have to go? Okay, so it has to get quite far. Admittedly. And I guess if we... Oh, going sideways is allowed, interestingly. It's okay with that. Just as soon as it's at this distance, it can make it. No matter where along here you put it. So what I would like to try and do is just get a merger and try and just hook it directly to the merger. That to me seems like a good idea. So let's just plonk it dead in the middle of this. Oh, and I've fallen off. Back to the stairs. Good job we built these. Actually, I think there's also ramp walkways. Maybe they would have worked. We got a system anyway. So, does it allow me to connect this directly? No, because it has to flatten out a bit sooner to fit into the thing. So we got to move it by a tile. Are we allowed to move it by a tile? Is that a tile? I don't think it is. We can test, just in case. Yeah, I think it's exactly the same spot it was before. But I don't think we're lined up. Yeah, we could move this along by one, and that might make the difference. So instead of central on the block, we have it here, at which point it's showing lines which presumably connect up. Yeah, they connect up to that, which means they connect up to that by the fact of it, and that works! Brilliant! Okay, belt going in, super easy, and there go the rods already going in. But then what we need to do is have all these down here merge into one, which is pretty simple. Literally just put one right in front of this thing. Like, here I'm thinking. And then all we gotta do, belt, 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 belt. It's so neat that it's elegant practically, except for the fact that this sort of doesn't... I would like it to do a right angle, but it's fine. It doesn't really do anything that... now the question is, can we connect it up to here? It's got to kind of swing around here and go in there, and apparently that totally works, even though it goes through the walkway. I'm going to try and reverse engineer this and see if I can get down without doing that. I can go to there, but that's far too far along. It's just going to go straight through the wall. Oh, oh, that works. It's starting to clip. It's starting. Let's see if we can move the walkway, because I was already thinking about that. So, yep, just the walkway straight. Can we... Aha! We can line it up sort of halfway along the tile, and that might mean that this doesn't look weird at all. Just about works. It's ropey, maybe? Yeah, there's a tiny bit of clipping of the iron rods through the walkway, but I'll take it. From here, it looks like it's working brilliantly. You can't tell, and that's what matters right now. And then this needs to go into a box. So, looks like we're having another raised platform. In fact, this raised platform probably doesn't need to be here, I'm gonna be honest. At the distance that this is out, I could have just had one here, and it would have worked. As it is, we're going to have to put one there for it not to look weird. And I'm a big fan of it not looking weird. So, foundations. Encroaching? You serious? Because I've already built the splitter, this counts as encroaching on the splitter's clearance. That's a bug that needs fixing. I'm going to have to break this and rebuild it so I can put this platform here. That's annoying. Maybe it'll let me put a slope. No, encroaching. Any other way around it? Oh, apparently it doesn't work there. Yeah, because it's leaning that way a bit. That's annoying. Right, well, we got to break this and redo the stuff in a second. And then Q, foundation, place. Oh, you know what? I could have done a foundation and a half. That might have worked better. These have to move out a bit before they can start to move up. It makes sense to favour being a little bit lower down. Right, and then we've got to rebuild this, and I bet it won't let us place it in the right spot. No, maybe it is. Yeah, it actually is seeming to allow it. I wonder if the belts work. I suspect they don't. But it would be wonderful if they did. there. Right, well the way to test it is to just quickly get a belt here and see what it does. Does it fill with iron rods? No, this is broken. Right, we've got to redo it. It'll just build exactly the same way though, so it's fine. Connect. And you... Oh, fell off. Connect. And then storage crate. So, logistics, no. Organization, storage container. Stick it up here, is my thinking. Gotta get rid of that. That shouldn't be there anymore. Let's get back up there so we can actually see what we're doing. We'll probably need another foundation block there in a minute. So, storage container. We can probably put it super close. And I've fallen off again. Should have put a wall in maybe. Go back round. Maybe we should build it from over here. There we go, it's seeming to actually line up with stuff. Oh, let's hit control. There we go, we can actually line up with the thing. Floor's too steep. Okay, so it needs another foundation block to be able to work. So we'll do that. I think. I kind of want to lower it if I can. Just go down onto the ground, but it's going to be real steep for this conveyor to actually traverse. I mean, unless we just go through the block, as we can apparently do. Don't do that though, it's cheating. We're kind of running out of space. I've got to worry about that too. Maybe there's a better way to do this. Maybe we have this turner corner come down here into a box that's right there. That might be the better way. Let's try it. Let's test it out. Let's break that. Oh, that doesn't have a pole. That's really annoying. Let's go up and put one there. Make me feel better about how this thing looks. So literally that spot there. Build it exactly there. In fact, oh, we could just build a... We could get rid of these platforms entirely and just have a pole that raises that high. Yep, okay, let's redo this system. I like the walkway thing, that was cool, but I think I can do the belts just better, so let's do that. So you'd have to come out this far to go straight down. We'd like it to save a bit of space, so let's see, I've lost where it was supposed to be now, I realise, so we'll just do a couple of test ones. That is the height that it was at. Let's try that. And let's just do a couple so we can see if we've got the positioning correct. Right, and then conveyor, can it go to there? It can, so we could maybe push it. If I can, I will. That's my way. No, red, and that one's blue. Okay, so that was the one we connect. Get rid of the rest. Then turn it, bring it down here. Will it allow it? How far across do we have to go before it does? There. So a little bit further than I'd like. But it totally works. I mean, we could actually, like, double it back. Run it into one back here. That's actually not a bad idea. But there's not enough splitters to mergers to go around right now. I'm thinking that. But now I'm thinking, if we move this up to the wall, we need to see where the wall is. We move this up here, it might still allow it to connect to that. Let's try. Let's have two, just so we can, once again, double check. Break that. I'm getting so many iron rods in my inventory at this point. Please decide. No and no, but can we do anything if we push it forward a bit? How does this one go? Oh. Still red. Right, let's test a couple. Because I think we want it against the wall if we can. That's going to give us a lot more room to just do a 90 degree instead. test a couple more. Gotta be around this side. I keep moving over to the wrong side and it just gets confused and weird. Right, neither of those work and it's not letting me test this. Oh, hello. There it is. It's blue. Okay, that's good. Break this. Break this. Check this doesn't clip outside the building. Nope, nowhere near. Get rid of that. So yeah, it's had to go forward a bit, but now we've got a lot more room to like double back, though it's not allowing it until... Oh, we can go there. We just had to let it double back far enough. Interesting that it says I can build the belt but not the pole. And then I can build the pole but not the belt. And it just carries on like that from there. Oh, can't afford, that's why. I'm out of plates. Well, luckily... Well, not so luckily because it's up there. But luckily I'm in a factory that's making those. So I can just go get a bunch. Should be a stack in each of those machines. Not that I can reach that machine from here. Let's make the leap. No, it didn't work. Oh, I landed on this machine. Can I reach? I can cheat. There. 2 stacks of iron. That should... Wait, did I pick up the... I just picked up the ingots, didn't I? Yep, I picked up the ingots. Let's go back. Derp. Okay, up. Onto here. Up here. You can have your ingots back, or however many you'll take. And I'll have... Whoop. And I can do that for this one too. There we go. Now we have 200 plates to hand. So, as we were, making a belt. Bring it round here. First opportunity. Again, it's not allowing it there in a weird way. Yeah, build it there. That gives us lots of room to work with. So I'm thinking we rearrange this slightly. We literally have... Oh, nope. Delete that. We literally have a merger right here. Might not quite work. We can put it there. It's off... Oh no, it's lined up with that and it's lined up with that. Oh, fantastic. This should work then. Okay. Connect. And can we just connect this directly? Yes, we can. Don't even need to mess about with anything. And then connect this to that. And then we have a merger that has a full belt of rods coming out of it and ridiculously close to where the machines produce it. So now we got loads of room. And next up, we want to get a similar thing with the iron plates. Now these things don't need to compress quite so quickly because they're not needed till later on. This was needed quite urgently so that we had room to make the screws and then continue with all the other stuff we were doing. So I'm thinking that what we then do is actually have it go back to a splitter and we can mess about with what outputs this splitter has. We have one that offshoots to just storing the things, and one that carries on to making screws. Then the question we have is how much it takes to make screws. Let's just plonk down a constructor and see what the requirements are. Yep, so screws. It takes 15 iron rods per minute, so we would actually need multiple of these machines making screws if we wanted to make use of even half of the iron rod supply. And these produce 90 per minute. Let's go check on the requirements of the fancier stuff in that, you know what, let's just build an assembler on the ground here. We can make them. Let's just do that. Assembler, plonk. And we can see this giant thing. I think we can only fit 2 aside each other in here. I highly doubt you could manage 3. It's a possibility, but I'm not seeing it. So, this wants 120 per minute to produce 5 reinforced iron plates per minute. It's a lot of screws. That is more than one assembler makes. It wants 20 per minute of iron plates. We're making 30 per minute, so it's going to be using up a lot of them, but that's all it's going to be. That's the only other use of iron plates. So we could have one of these machines running okay, but 2 wouldn't be able to keep supplied on iron plates enough. If we had 2 machines producing screws, they'd be making 180. That'll be enough to run 1.5 of these. The same goes for the iron plates. If all iron plates were going into making these, then they'd run 1.5 of these. So yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle. We might need more stuff, which is impressive considering we're using 4 iron deposits for this, admittedly 4 weak iron deposits. Right, as for rotors, Can you not have the no power thing in the way? I mean, I can see the numbers, I guess. 132 screws per minute and 89 rods per minute. So one of the iron rod assemblers is almost fulfilling this. And then 1.5 screw assemblers are fulfilling this. So it looks like we want maybe just one iron rod machine going into storage and the rest going into screws to try and keep up with the production rates of rotors and reinforced iron plates that we want. And then we have one rotor machine and we try and stretch it to 2 reinforced iron plate machines. And then there's modular frames. I mean, that's... oh, jeez. At that point we need to bring in the other 2 deposits over there, which I haven't built this for. Maybe I should have built a system that supported the 6 deposits, just went completely ham. In hindsight, maybe should have done that. Theoretically, I could expand the walls of the factory to make space for those and have 6 furnaces going, and then even more of these. I guess more rods. It turns we need more rods. We need some more plates too, I guess. I mean, I guess we'd be up to 3 plate assemblers and 6 rod assemblers, and that would still maintain the ratio and work pretty well. So, yeah. Well, we're already here. We're already... I mean, I haven't even got a production line yet, and I'm already trying to make the production line quicker. It's just, I want it to be the best it can be, right? I want it to be fast. Only producing this stuff so that we can repeatedly fulfill the requirements of the space elevator. That is the thing. So... let's get rid of these. We know now what roughly we need. And it's kind of awkward because this thing splits to 3. And I now want it to I want it to just split 1 off. I guess what we do is we cancel this particular system. For now. We switch it back to what it was before and we have fixed ratios. I kind of like the idea of it all merging to 1 at one point and then going from there and splitting up again, but I think we want to like hard code the ratios and have this guy go into a box and then these guys go into screws, and that's the way we do it. And if we need the ratios changing, we bring some in from the other deposits we have. So break this bit here, and we want this to swing around into a storage. So first of all, can it swing around in the space we've got? Yes, absolutely. Why? It says the floor is too steep if you try and build on this boundary, which is awkward and annoying. But we can always just extend by 1 to make that work. So, let's just have this run as a belt for a while, actually. Maybe we just have output belts all at the very end that just all go into a big series of boxes in a line. And then we can plug belts as we need into the output things there. So, this is our... oh, this isn't the thing, actually. We get rid of this. This, we'll have it go into a box as a buffer, because that makes sense. So, organization, storage container. How close can we place this? Also, please place it the right way round. Right there. And this goes straight into the box. And that's that going. That's this filling up at a rate of 45 per minute. So that's pretty good. And then this comes out, goes straight into a screw assembler, I guess. Or 2 of them. Or more. We'll just have it run into a splitter and then we can do what we need. So, I guess... oh no, splitter first, yes. Splitter, I have them in my hotbar. In fact, I have all the stuff I'm trying to use in my hotbar right now. I'm having to get used to the fact that I have this now. Seeing as I thought it wasn't a thing. Why aren't you... oh, you're just, like, freehanding because I hit control. But I'd rather you actually locked to points on the ground. There we go, that's connected up, and then this can split into 2 or 3 screw assemblers. I guess it's 3 we want, isn't it? Yeah, because it's 15 goes into each, so we can support 3. That's 270 screws a second. That's enough to support the 2 assemblers with a little bit of extra that we can, I guess, send into reinforced iron plates, maybe. So, we split these into constructors. So let's build the constructors. And yes, we've hit time, but I want to make sure that I've got, like, plenty of tier 3 stuff done before the alpha ends. So I'm just going to continue for a little bit longer. So let us have these be a reflection of the same constructor system we've been having so far. That's not that. I've put that out of line. There. And over here. There. That'll works, and every single one of these is making screws. And I just went to use the hotkeys for copying and pasting commands that's in Factorio. I'm surprised that despite this being 3D and first person and entirely different from Factorio, my brain was still like, gotta copy the order between the machines, press the buttons. Brains are weird. I should know. Connect. Connect. And over here, connect. Theoretically, we could have just had each of the machines run directly into another machine, and it would have took a lot less space, but I would like to have a storage. Buffering makes a lot of sense if things get backed up in places, and then we end up running things over power later on, you know? So there we go. This all splits off, goes into these machines. They all make the screws. Are they doing it? They've got no power. That's the thing that you need to give things. So, power pole. And where do we put it? Just like here, maybe? Nestle it somewhere here that it's allowed. And then I kind of just want to go... oh, there we go. Connect, 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 and then have this connect to one pole somewhere. In fact, I believe it can connect to this one over here. I need to get closer. This one over... Where is it? You. There. Connect. Oh, it let it for just a second. I can't get there because there's machinery everywhere. Connect. There it is. And now we got a dead end, so we're going to have to find power from elsewhere. I mean, it would make more sense if I just put a power pole somewhere in the middle here to bridge the gap. Let's nestle one in between the belts there because it looks nice. And then what we'll do is break this connection I literally just made and have it work like that instead because it's smarter. And then this can connect to something else even if this one can't. So that can just have another line going past all these machines. So we're making the screws. Okay. That is all the construction we want. Now, it's assemblers and just about time because we're running out of space. Let's have these go into a buffer. We do want that. Should we build that now? Let's build that now. Though, it is going to take a lot of room that we're rapidly running out of. Like, let me just check, actually. We have a... Q! There we go. If we have an assembler, how much space do these take? We could have it go up to here. I need it going into a storage as well, though. We're running out of room rapidly. Oh dear. Trying to work out how we have this like go across instead or something. Also, I've got to work out how to get that iron rod belt to come through. We'll make that a problem for next episode. We've made a decent bit of progress today. We've got this new level of the factory set up. We're going to have these coming somewhere, but I'm literally just going to have them go onto a belt and then follow along the side and then hook into things when they need to. So it's not quite a problem yet, and it should be fine when it comes along because they've got all this distance to get down to the ground at this point. We'd have them run overhead. But we should have more 3D stuff going on. I've sort of got it all just happening on the ground again, but I could have another level of something going on. But anyway, we're doing pretty good. We've just got the assembler stage to do, and then we can hook it up to the space elevator and then do the things. And there we go. Now it actually looks like a space elevator because this carries on extending above this whole array here. So now, yeah, it's going off into space to a point we can't see, and this is an elevator section that is lower on the chain. It's not like some weird station tethered at the very top. So, yeah, that makes sense. There we go. But yes, this is looking cool. Very excited for the final stage, which we should have done, I think, by the end of next episode. So with that, I shall say goodbye, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.